We'd like very much to invite Dr. Nuwan Gunarathne now, who has been vitally involved in the preparation, in consultancy, with regard to this revision. So let's hear it from Dr. Nuwan Gunarathne, and he then will introduce Professor Dileepa Samudrage. But first, Dr. Nuwan.
Distinguished invitees, council members, and ladies and gentlemen. So as the team of consultants, it gives me great pleasure and honor to present the CMA Professional Syllabus 2023-2027. So that the team of consultants, myself, Professor Dileepa, and Mr. Ufekar, so we worked as a team with many other resource persons. I'm sure that Professor Dileepa in her speech will talk about the resource persons we had. So in my presentation, I'll take you through 3 points. Number 1, the syllabus revision process, and then the professional program, the outcome of the revision process, and then the salient features of the syllabus and some of our insights. So moving on, the syllabus revision process. This was a lengthy process, as Professor Vatavala mentioned, and it's a well-structured process where we had 8 steps. Now, what we initially did was to peruse the literature, study the existing syllabus and the comparable syllabi, and also we had many stakeholder meetings to solicit views of different stakeholders, different parties, from employers to students to council members to the staff. And then we had a model which was approved by the council, which I would like to call as the skeleton we had. And then this skeleton was fleshed out by our team of resource persons, where we had 34 working with us, and a team of moderators and the syllabi developers. And finally, the syllabus was sent for different parties. The draft syllabus was sent for different parties, both locally and internationally, and their feedback has been incorporated into the new syllabus. So that's where we witness the launch today. So in fact, what you witness today is the hard work, the meticulous work that took more than a year for us. But this is not the end, because we have to deliver the pilot papers in the next month. And I'm sure in the next few months, CMA staff will work hard to get done the study packs. Right. So that when we had stakeholder meetings, we got a lot of insights. Now, one of the key guiding principles that defined the syllabus revision process was the nature of the management accountant, the nature of the future management accountant. So we had 2 points to deliberate: local accountant, local management accountant, or a global management accountant, or generic management accountant, and generic management accountant, or a specialized management accountant. So what we did was to look at the stakeholder feedback, the market conditions, and many other factors. And finally, we decided that the management accountant that the CMA would produce will be conversant with the local knowledge, local taxation system, the local reporting system, and the local culture. And at the same time, he or she would be able to work in a global setting. So basically, we are producing localized management accountants. The next, should we have a general management or generic management accountant or a specialized management accountant? So we had a lot of debates, a lot of deliberations, and finally we thought that we will produce a management accountant who will be capable to work as an accountant in any organization. So this is a view that is akin to a generic management accountant, because we have to consider the maturity of the local management accounting profession, the demands of the local industry, and that is where we settled on this particular position. So in the syllabus, you will see how these views are reflected, how these views have guided us in the syllabus revision process. Then our philosophy. In fact, we had a guiding vision to equip or to make the future-ready accountants. So that our guiding philosophy is to have or to equip the future accountants. So how do you do this? How do you equip the future accountants? So that is through developing 3 attributes, which I call as DVS. So that the future management accountants should be digitally enabled, and they should be value driven, and they should be solution savvy. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me a few minutes to explain you this philosophy on which the entire syllabus is built on. Okay. So digitally enabled future management accountants. We all know that how technology is affecting our daily lives. It is an enabler and it's a driver. At the same time, it offers you a vista of opportunities, but if you don't manage well, then there are a lot of risk involved as well. So that the technology is redefining the finance professional's role, and it reshapes the future of finance function. Therefore, every future management accountant should be digitally enabled. So that's why we thought that we need to develop digitally enabled management accountants. Now for this purpose, to achieve this end, we have made many changes. I'm sure Professor Dileepa will speak on them. But broadly, we have made 3 changes. One is to develop the digital competence in almost every subject, not only in management accounting, but financial reporting and some other subjects as well. Then we have introduced a new course, digital business, and then there is the technology skill pillar that will provide the candidates on the hands-on experience to work in a digitalized environment. Then the next attribute, the value-driven future management accountants. We know that finance function is in rapid transformation. It's not a transition, but it's a transformation, because they need to create value not only for their enterprise, but for the society. So that the management accountants should be able to integrate the knowledge of different disciplines, and they must be able to collaborate with different parties, both internal stakeholders as well as external stakeholders across the value chain, to create and preserve value. Now that is where the future management accountant should be value driven. And to achieve this end, so we have attempted to create that value driven mindset across different subjects. And we have added new concepts such as corporate value, value creation, circular economy in the context of value creation. And also subject areas or the subject components of the new topics such as sustainability management accounting, integrated thinking, then reporting, corporate sustainability have been introduced within the context of governance and ethics. Also, the future management accountants should be solution savvy. We know that accountants' role is moving from a reporting role to developing and deploying solutions role. So that is where the management accountants or the CFOs should be able to work as co-pilot alongside the CEO of an organization. Now that is where the management accountants, the future management accountants, should be able to challenge the status quo, adapt to change, and make a difference with their technical competence and acumen. So that's why the future management accountants should be solution savvy. So that these 3 attributes guided us the syllabus revision process, and these 3 attributes are reflected in different facets in the syllabus, as you will note very soon. So ladies and gentlemen, now let me have the pleasure of introducing you the syllabus structure of the CMA curricula. Well, as you can see here, we have 4 levels. Now this is where you follow Anthony Robbins' hierarchy of organizational hierarchy. So this is a universal concept. So that the subjects are organized into 4 levels from certificate to strategic. And these subjects are again organized into 4 different streams: management accounting, financial accounting and finance, then business management and supportive stream. So that we have attempted to maintain 4x4 metrics, which was desired, which was expected by many of our stakeholders. So in the first stage, we have cost and management accounting fundamentals with higher emphasis on costing, as Professor Wadavala mentioned, and then financial accounting, business fundamentals dealing with economics and management, then quantitative methods for business. In the second stage, there is cost and management accounting, then advanced financial accounting and finance, then managing business operations, kind of a catch-all basket to provide them the insights on different aspects such as human resource, marketing, operations management, together with audit and control. And then there is taxation and commercial law. Sorry. Then in the third level, the managerial level, there is advanced management accounting, then corporate reporting and assurance, digital business, the new subject component, and project management, and advanced taxation and corporate law. And finally, in the strategic level, there is sustainability and strategic management accounting. Even the name itself reflects the focus on higher emphasis and the focus on sustainability, and financial strategy and valuation, business strategy and risk management, and corporate governance, governance and ethics. And finally, the integrative case study represents the culmination of the knowledge they have obtained through different courses. But as you know, the role of a management accountant is incomplete without the skill set. Now that is where we have introduced many skill subjects organized into communication and technology skills. So in the communication skill front, there is business English, then professional communication, then advanced professional communication, where students will be given hands-on experience on business communication. Then in the technology front, there is IT applications, data analytics, then digital tools for accountants, as well as advanced data analytics, where the candidates, the CMA candidates or the CMA accountants will be able to work in a digitalized environment. Well, in all these stages, there's an exit route. So they will be awarded a separate certificate once they complete every stage. So that the accountants, the CMA candidates, they can obtain the practical experience, which we call as PER, practical experience requirement, while they're studying and while they complete their program. So that with the practical experience, they can move towards the membership, and that will be their CMA professional, the completion of the CMA professional program. So with that, let me now invite my colleague, Professor Dileepa, to present you some of the insights and the salient features of the new syllabus. Over to you, Professor Dileepa. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nuwan. So next, we would like to highlight some of the salient features of new syllabus. First, the composition of the team members who are contributed in developing the new syllabi. So as you see, most of them are academics from different universities who have specialized in different fields. Also, we obtained the expert knowledge from the industry, where we developed some important courses like IT-related courses and taxation. So I hope most of them are here with us today. So it's a strength for us. So then the compliance with international education standards of IFAC. So as a full member of IFAC, CMA Sri Lanka strives to comply with the international education standards. So when you look at the CMA professional program, so it complies with all of the 8 standards published by IFAC. Then when we developed the syllabi, so we followed the Bloom's taxonomy. Also, we proposed a better assessment strategy to evaluate the students' performance. Then when we look at the core subjects of the new syllabi, so as Professor mentioned, we have emphasized more on costing aspects. When we look at the current condition in the country and the escalating prices in a lot of commodities like electricity, so there is a higher emphasis on costing and cost-based pricing. So we have placed higher prominence to costing, cost records, cost bookkeeping, and cost audits in the new syllabi. Then the next point is about the sustainability. So as you know, Sri Lanka is a climate vulnerable country. Also, world is talking about sustainable development goals, so that we have to prepare accountants for the future by preparing them with sustainable knowledge, sustainability knowledge, not only in management accounting, but also in financial accounting and business strategy. So further in this syllabi, we discuss new topics like circular economy, planetary boundaries, and sustainability assurance, etc. And the next important point is value creation. So improve the emphasis on corporate value and value creation. So everyone talks about value creation, but when we look at the other syllabuses, so you don't find what exactly means value creation or what constitutes value creation. So in this new syllabi, we address those points, and especially we explain how we can do the value creation through 6 capitals. Then the other important point is ethics. We must create value ethically. So in the new syllabi, we have incorporated ethics in management accounting, ethics in financial accounting, ethics in taxation, because you know there is a huge discussion, debate on the tax compliances in Sri Lanka. Then we talk about contemporary issues, developments in the reporting sphere. So there are a lot of developments taking place in the reporting sphere, especially IFRS Foundation plans to introduce globally accepted single set of sustainability reporting standard. So in this syllabi, we added this latest developments in financial reporting sphere. And the next point is high emphasis on stewardship function. So we have increased the emphasis on internal control, internal audit, external audit, and assurance aspects. So in the new syllabi, we have 2 subjects in operational level and managerial level. And also we introduce digital business as a new course. In that we emphasize the digital business environment, digital business strategy, and digital marketing, those aspects. And also we improve the focus on digitalization when we talk, where we talk about the digital costing and pricing, big data, AI, and digital controls. And also we streamlined the financial stream, and also we improved the emphasis on 2 skill pillars, that is communication and IT. So when it comes to communication pillar, we have paid higher attention to presentation skills of students as well as report writing. Then finally, in the IT pillar, we introduce new courses like data analytics, as Dr. Nuwan mentioned, advanced data analytics, where we use Power BI software. So those are the salient features of the new syllabi. So as consultants, we would like to thank everyone who supported us in the syllabi development process. We achieved this task because we worked as a team. So therefore, I would like to thank especially the council, including the president, Professor Vatavela, and the vice president. Then the staff of the CMA, especially the director examination, Ms. Madhumi, then the syllabus setters and developers, academic advisory council, syllabus reviewers, stakeholders, the designer, and proofreaders. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you too, Professor Dileepa Samudrage, and certainly Dr. Nuwan.